We all work towards a bright future for our children. The bright glimmer in their eye when they finally understand a concept. The moment when they have a bright idea and can't wait to share it. It all starts with education and is made sustainable through an ongoing partnership where all are passionate about providing resources and training for teachers so that they can, in return, educate our children. We introduce to you Managing My Finances, a bright idea from Bright Media made possible by SAIA and the Department of Basic Education. A true public-private partnership for schools.
One of the reasons we chose the schools project is because we believe that this is where we can probably have one of the greatest impacts with teachers, because then we take that into the schools with the learners themselves, and then they can take that back into their communities. So the knock-on effect is fantastic, and you really get deep embedded knowledge at a school level, and then that equips those kids for the rest of their lives.
Mathematical literacy is an important and much needed subject that has been undervalued. It was introduced in 2006. This subject includes the teaching of financial literacy concepts to all learners, but the implementation has had its challenges. South Africa's education system is ranked 133rd out of 142 countries, according to the World Economic Forum Index.
We're still receiving a poor quality of education in South Africa, depending on where you live, the kind of community and how poor your community is. We have a cycle of poor education around because some schools still lack power, they still lack water and resources to teach the students.
You'll find the teachers are struggling to make use of real resources. They most of the time entirely rely on your textbooks, and if the textbooks or if the curriculum is wrong, then they stick with it.
In the Northern Cape, we are experiencing teachers who are not conversant with the subject, mainly because we don't have universities, only starting now, and also it's offering only pure mathematics. It does not have maths literacy. So we really welcome, support that comes through Bright Media that focuses on the content.
But the most biggest problem that we have is the perception that our learners have of maths literacy. They think maths literacy is a secondary thing to what we call pure maths. So they have low self-esteem. They regard themselves as not the best learners.
The focus on maths is very important, as well as the skills thereof and maths literacy, because it will impact positively in the lives and the future of our people.
Bright Media developed a mathematical literacy multimedia resource for teacher training focused on grades 10, 11 and 12. Starting off as Managing Your Money, Bright Media set out across the country, training teachers and delivering files of resources in 2007. In that first year, the project trained 1,680 educators in 28 workshops.
This Bright Media project is very exciting. It has been developed for teachers in remote and rural areas in South Africa. The rich resources that have been developed for grades 10, 11 and 12 will provide financial literacy within the mathematical literacy learning area. We know that the content has been developed specifically for teachers, by teachers, and these rich resources will ensure that teachers are able to enrich their learners' learning experience.
Managing Your Money evolved into Managing My Finances. And in the first 4 years, 193 workshops were held, reaching 9,993 educators. 8 years later, this successful project has reached over 10,886 teachers. Now you can even find resources online through the Maths Literacy Teachers Network, which teachers can freely access. It has even inspired learners to teach their parents about budgeting, loans, and general good financial practices.
They also educate their own parents in terms of coming up with the budgets, managing finances, and then living within your means to eradicate this high debt crisis we're having in the country. So it is quite important. I mean, you have parents saying, oh, my child, I went to take out an investment in my child. So, Mom, why don't you take it under compound interest? Because, and they say, wow, I wasn't aware of that. So it is quite making a difference.
Teaching maths literacy, I must say it's quite fun because I myself am also learning a lot.
But in the province, Gauteng, we have got so many educators that are in need of this kind of support. The material that was supplied, the Managing My Finance file, I must say they did mention that it was a very good quality. The standard was so high. They appreciated that material very much.
Thank you so much to Bright Media for the posters, because since 2007, the starting of maths literacy, we've never had posters as mathematical literacy. We always had to borrow from our sister cousin mathematics, but now that wasn't speaking to our content. So now it's much better.
I'm in a province that is very choosy when it comes to which programs of support teachers go to. Teachers are very tired of workshops. They have got family responsibilities and all of those things. It's hard to be a teacher nowadays. So whenever you invite teachers to workshops, you must make sure that it is worth they are going there. We have run 3 workshops because the resource was only available in English. Anyway, Bright Media has produced the resource. So all we need to do as a province is to pay for the translation of the resource. And my manager actually was very happy with that, and funding was made available.
I would say this workshop is really a need to all the schools. Let us not break them and say this ones are functional, this ones are doing good. Because for me, it worked for all of the schools. Even the ex-Model C schools, they were very happy to receive this. They also need this. Because remember, this is CAPS. It's new, so we cannot leave them out. They have to be in.
Literacy, we've been performing very well. For the past 2 years, we've been one of the best in the province. 2013, we're number 1 nationally. Even in the province, we're number 1 as a district. And mathematical literacy as well, we're number 1.
Well, so far we've conducted workshops over all the provinces, all 9 provinces. About over 2,500 teachers that have mathematical literacy teachers that have come to these workshops. They are awesome. They've dedicated themselves. They come for 3 hours in the afternoon after school, and yet their passion is there, their energy is up. They've really expressed their appreciation for the resource. It's been revised and they're loving it. It's CAPS aligned, it's user friendly. We've got such positive feedback on the evaluation forms. They appreciate the certificates, which goes towards their personal development points. We've had teachers tell us that it's a well-rounded project. It addresses everything that they've been asking for over the past few years.
Bright Media has worked hard in 2015 to ensure the new CAPS materials reach as many schools as possible. 4,400 files were developed and shared, containing 13,200 books and 17,600 posters.
SIA members are very pleased with their involvement in the school's financial literacy project, both for the value it gives the teachers as well as for the value of the learners.
We look forward to rolling out this model that we've developed for managing my finances to other grades and to new subject areas. It has been a very successful public-private partnership.
So, how many maths literacy teachers and learners have we reached so far? Bright Media has conducted 232 workshops since 2007, reaching 10,886 teachers. And if each of the teachers has only 2 classes, they will have reached over 650,000 learners every single year. As the sun sets on another bright day in South Africa, we can rest assured that progress is made in our quest for good education for our children. Thanks to the very efficient public-private partnership, Managing My Finances. As more plans are made to reach more teachers and develop more resources, the future indeed looks bright.